It's a film with three brains. 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 It's a film with three brains.
Oh my god, you guys are freaks.
What do you get for the man who has everything? Everything.
Happy birthday, sir. Thank you, Maggie.
I don't like her. So what brings you to town, Conrad? Everything all right?
October 12th. Nikki's birthday. This is for you.
Consumer Recreation Services.
Call that number.
Why?
They make your life fun.
What are you selling?
It's a game,
A game?
specifically tailored for each participant. John, chapter 9, verse 25. Whereas once I was blind, now I can see. Now I can see. One day your game begins. You either love it or hate it.
Are you going to spend the rest of the evening prying at that clown's mouth?
Mr. Van Orton, is everything all right?
Ah, Mr. Van Orton.
Have we met?
I believe so.
Why are you following me? Find out about a company called Consumer Recreation Services.
They won't stop, Nick.
He's in on it.
I paid the bill. I paid him more to make it stop.
I need the police. They're gonna break into my house. I'm being toyed with by a bunch of depraved children. They're trying to kill me.
Who's behind this? Who did this to me? Why?
This is all the game.
Ah!
Right now, I am extremely dangerous.
You're behind the whole thing, aren't you?
No!
They make your life fun.
Welcome to the Film with Three Brains. It's Sam in San Francisco.
And I am Sean in Wisconsin.
And this is Cohen in Maplewood, New Jersey.
And I'm Sam from Tennessee.
All right, Sam is my suckered to be here niece, visiting from the Nashville area, and she picked this movie. So, what did we pick?
I picked The Game.
And why?
I picked it because the first 4 movies I suggested, you guys had already done. And then I just like the genre of the psychological thriller. Felt similar to like Shutter Island.
Had you seen it before you picked it?
Right.
No, I had never seen it.
Aha. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I support that because I've been scolded sort of for doing the same thing repeatedly.
I don't think I've ever picked a movie I hadn't seen.
I don't think you have.
Yeah, but I think you've seen everything.
Maybe. Not everything.
Pretty much.
No, we've found a few that he hasn't seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sean's picked some
Both
outliers.
Yeah. No, I know. And he really loved Graveyard of the Fireflies. I remember that. Well, I think that's the whole point, is that pretty much all of the movies from that time period are ones she hasn't seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's exactly it.
Yeah. It's what, from 1997? Is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think we would have picked it sooner or later. I was curious about it. It's been a while since I've seen it. A long time. Since the 90s.
Does 7 fall into our time frame, or is it too late? I'm looking at it.
It's just too late, right? Is it like
7? No, 7's 1995.
Oh, Fight Club is 99. It's
Yeah.
right on the cusp.
Two more we haven't done yet. Two other David Finchers, right?
Oh wait, 7 was before The Game. My brain's all scrambled.
Yeah.
Duh.
7, The Game, and then Fight Club.
Yeah.
And are those the 3 biggest movies that David Fincher has directed.
Well, I mean, The Social Network was a pretty big deal.
That was
right.
Yeah, it was well done.
That won like all the Academy Awards and stuff. Although, I mean, I think Fight Club has a more cultural, the most cultural impact of all his films, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, he also. Yeah. I mean, Zodiac was kind of a well-received movie, right?
I liked it. I liked Zodiac.
It's good. I just don't. Yeah. Gone Girl's good.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo was successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty good run.
Yeah, not bad.
Panic Room. That's your favorite.
What's that?
Panic Room stars your favorite actress.
Panic Room's awesome. I had a great experience. I saw Panic Room in the theater at the single worst movie theater in Brooklyn on Court Street. I forgot what the name of it. It's like the Court Street 12 or something in near the Brooklyn Bridge in downtown Brooklyn. And we were sitting there and it was crowded and something happened and someone on screen did something rude. I don't remember. And some guy in the audience behind me goes, "Man, that shit is rude. That is so rude." And said it like 5 times. And I'm thinking the irony is intense.
Yeah.
Of this fucking clown shouting how rude the person on screen's being in a crowded movie theater. Anyway, I think that was the last movie. I think that was the last movie I saw in that movie theater. It was either that or whenever the remake of Assault on Precinct 13 came out, I saw that in that movie theater. And every time Drea De Matteo came on screen, some dipshit in the audience would go, "Yeah, bitch!" Every time she came on screen, I'm like, oh my God, I got to stop coming to this stupid movie theater. It's awful.
Our viewing was pretty tame of the game.
Yeah. I actually don't remember. Do you guys? I saw it in the theater. I don't remember seeing it in the theater. I just know I did. Like I don't remember the experience.
So weirdly enough, I had no memory of almost all this movie except for I remember thinking that the ending seemed a little like too far-fetched.
Yeah,
but I couldn't remember anything up until that point.
I remember he jumps off the building at the end. I couldn't remember why.
Right.
And as the movie was starting, I was thinking, I really don't think there's a scenario where it's believable he tries to off himself in the end. And then it gets to the end, and I'm like,
yeah. I mean,
maybe.
So his bank accounts are drained, all his friends are gone, and he, wakes up in a grave in Mexico and drags his way back and all that stuff. I mean, you don't think it's believable he would off himself in any scenario, or because that one guy's like, "Oh, I'm glad you jumped, because if you didn't, I was gonna have to push you."
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but he also shot his brother.
Yeah, right.
He shot his brother.
That's the big thing.
Sorry,
he thought he killed his brother.
Yeah, that's huge.
I think it's debatable. I think if someone really believes this character would have done it at the end, I'd be like, all right. And if someone's like, no effing way, I'd be like, yeah.
Well, okay. I want to hear our first time viewer, Sam. I mean, this other Sam from Tennessee, you have never seen this, so you don't have any memories of it. Do you think it was believable ending? What did you think about what do you think in general about it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought it was a believable ending up to the point where he immediately forgave everybody, just went to getting to know that girl. Like, I would need some therapy, probably a 2-week nap. I mean, that was some serious trauma he just went through. And he just is ready to party and then go get lunch or coffee afterwards.
Yeah, he bounces back pretty quick.
Yeah.
So this is the difference between us, because she's having a hard time that someone could get over the emotional trauma. And I'm like, wait, what about the physical trauma of jumping off a building and going through, even if it's breakaway glass, that they're like, oh, it's breakaway glass. Like, he could have not hit the glass. He could have hit just like a support, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, you don't know where this guy's going to go off the edge. He's going to hit square middle of the inflatable.
Right. And it was really high.
Yes.
It was like really high. I would think like wind shear could just like
right, anything.
Yeah, or sucked into the building, hit the side of the building.
Like, I mean, you like the idea, right? Like if it was a futuristic world where we talk about this, all the time. Like if we mapped out the brain perfectly and you had computers looking at it, you could predict what someone's going to do given all the right inputs. That we're somehow like a machine, and that this could happen. But I was like, no, it's one too much.
Yeah. Well, should we like backtrack a little bit and give like a synopsis?
All right, Sam, you want to give a 1 minute synopsis of what the movie's about?
1 minute.
Sure.
It could be more. It could be less.
I didn't know we had rules about. Yeah, it can be whatever you want.
Okay, so the movie is about a rich businessman who lives in San Francisco. He grew up with a privileged life, except for the trauma that his dad committed suicide and he watched. But besides that, he doesn't really have any contact with his family. His brother's kind of estranged. So then we see him go through a typical day. Well, it's his birthday. And it's pretty plain, just business, devoid of emotions. And then his brother gives him a gift, which he doesn't know what it is, but it's an experience, because what do you give a guy who has everything? And then, what's the main character's name?
Nicholas.
He goes to the company. He contacts the company that the gift is, which is CRS. And he doesn't really know what he's signing up for. They just tell him it's a game, but they won't tell him what it entails. And he does a bunch of like tests and physical exams. And then he goes home, and I believe there was the dead clown or clown toy. And he brings it in his house, and I guess that's when the game starts. At that point, he gets some directions about the game, and he's being filmed. The camera's on him. And then from that point on, it just gets extremely weird. Keys start showing up. Everything basically starts going wrong in his life. What happened after that?
There's a lot of in-between stuff.
Yeah.
Till the end. But you're doing a great job, I have to say.
Yeah. I don't even need to watch the movie.
He meets this woman, a waitress, who is kind of like an introduction to the game. She kind of guides him through the game. But, gosh, I don't know.
I think the main thing is it becomes a series of, is he really playing the game or not? And at first it's like, is he in the game or not? And then is the game really a game, or are they trying to steal everything? Is the game fake and they're trying to just hijack his life?
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a neat concept. I think
relatable, especially today, right?
Yeah. It's also, usually for movies like this, the audience is in on it, and this is one where they're not. So as an audience, you're looking for clues, like and then he meets back up with his brother, who tells him that he's screwed, that the company swindled him.
Yeah.
So they've got that going the whole time. So is the waitress helping him or screwing with him? They do a really good job of that, like almost like a Alfred Hitchcock sort of play.
Right. Structurally, it kind of reminded me of April Fool's Day. Remember when we did that?
We did that one.
Yeah, had a similar sort of like twist-ish ending, I guess you call it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Turns out it was all just a game kind of thing. Yeah.
But yeah, they keep messing with the protagonist like that.
Indeed.
I think that there's a lot of interesting stuff, but the beginning, yeah, you were saying like you're not sure if he's in the game or not, and Sam said that the game started kind of when the clown is there and sort of, but I mean, especially if you've seen it more than once, you'll think about CRS being there. I mean, Connie, his brother, sort of says, "Hey, you should try this. It's great," and gives him the number and says, "Please call." And he's like, "Yeah, okay, fine." Badgers him a little bit, but not too much. But then there's CRS right in front of him, or he already has a meeting, and he's like, "Oh, CRS on the 13th floor," and he goes up, and I don't know if it's his curiosity or just the convenience of like, well, I guess I don't have to. I'll just check it out since I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, that was all set up, and the game itself. I mean, I don't know when he actually signs a waiver. I guess that day when he's at CRS.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they've already put a lot of effort into the production of this whole spiel by then, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they have to. The scientist guy with his Chinese food, like he's, they're all serving a purpose, including his brother. I didn't think about that much before, but now that you mentioned it, like his brother is saying, "Oh, they're swindling you," and him being the one that got him into this makes it very important that he's convincing. I mean, it's Sean Penn, so of course as the actor, he's convincing, but the character has to be all in on this. Like if there was any doubt, especially with like a family member that you knew really well, right? I mean, because I would think I'd be like, Connie, level with me. What is going on? Like I would
right.
really want answers from him.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the drugs and all the other stuff between them, I guess that helps.
Is that so? Is there a? So speaking of Sean Penn, so like his character in the beginning, he's like, "I got you this thing. It's great. I did it. It's awesome. Changed my life." And then halfway through, he shows up and he's like, "They try to kill us all."
Right.
Like
right. That's what I mean.
Yeah, like it doesn't. I guess it just doesn't make any sense. Why is Sean Penn doing that? Like, what was the point? I guess I don't remember well enough. Did he subtly point him in some direction at that point, or like I don't know. I can't remember why that had any relevance at all. Having Sean Penn's character show up, freak out, and say they're gonna get us. They're trying to kill us. I'm trying to get out from under them. Blah. It's like, well, if that's true, why did you involve your brother in the first place?
Right.
But it's not true. He's pretending. But like. Again, why?
I feel like it was trying to legitimize the CRS experience. Like, coming from his brother, it really scared him more because he should be able to trust his brother.
Okay.
And like, if they're really taking the game to the next level at that point.
All right.
Yeah.
And I would get behind that. So he's there to sell it.
He's there to sell it, yes. And if you remember the first meeting, he's like, Connie, hi, how are you? What do you need? Because he's expecting requests for money. You're in trouble. You're on drugs again. So all of that, I think, helps because then it starts following Nick's expectations of his brother. Like, of course, you're in over your head again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's all out of control. This fits what I know of you, my brother. Not this calm person that we had lunch with and is like, hey, this is great. No, I'm fine. Like he seems so cool and collected then. But that sells it even more because if you think about it, the whole thing is a con, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they reject him, like, oh, you've been denied it, and he's in the middle of a meeting, it's like, what the hell? Like, screw you. Like, why? I didn't ask for this. But of course, the fact that he gets rejected and it's all the stuff he went through to get it, the sunken cost, it's just like a regular confidence scam. Like he's buying, all that is helping him buy into this whole thing.
I also think that's the point where he truly believed that he couldn't quit the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You mean, which point do you mean? Like
when his brother started saying they're still coming after me after I paid.
Yeah. Right. That there's no undoing this. There's no timeout. There's no turning it off. Yep.
I want to see the version of the game that, like the sequel, where everyone around this guy are terrible actors, and no one can sell it. I want to see that version because it's really lucky that his brother is like a world-class actor.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I
the
think
ending
if
is
the brother wasn't a world-class actor, they wouldn't have had him in there.
I guess not.
Yeah, they probably had to vet him first. Like, hey, are you sure you can handle this? We got professionals over here.
But having him do that part also too, like you just said, it sells it. You said it sells it because he's being the brother that he expects him to be.
Mm-hmm.
But it also then helps set up the fact of like when he has that realization, when he's supposed to be changing for the better, that he fell down that old rabbit hole, even though it doesn't exist anymore. At the end, he's like, his brother's happy, he's healthy, he loves his brother, he knows it. All this stuff that I think it's a good contrast to have, because if we just had him at the beginning, at the very end, we wouldn't have the part where he gets angry and says those things that he shouldn't have said.
Right, and adds to Nick's trauma and his whole. I mean, the game, or I guess the revelation that they're getting him to the top of the building so he can jump. So is that when he finally cries for the first time? Was when he, after the fall and everything's, and he knows it's a game, or he's done, and he's sort of crying there, or did he have a breakdown before that? Because I thought he was doing very well, with all of this.
Yeah, he's handling it quite well.
He just keeps going.
He was unflappable for the most part.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't recall.
Yeah. I think we've covered. Yeah.
It seems like they took his falling down character. In some ways.
I was thinking more his Gordon Gekko character.
Yeah, no, definitely that. Without a doubt. But I think it was a combination of both. Like, because the Gordon Gekko character is tough in one way, but the falling down character, when he's angry, has this like street toughness that's different. Like he still manages to run away from these guns, or get out of a drowning taxi and all this stuff that's it doesn't seem quite like Gordon Gekko. But I could definitely, like, it just fits like in that kind of realm of who Michael Douglas could be.
For our listeners who may not know, Gordon Gekko is the main character in Wall Street. No, the main antagonist. I guess Charlie Sheen is the main character.
Right.
But Michael Douglas plays him as well.
Right. I don't think the game would work on Gordon Gekko because he's, beyond it or something. He's
he just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, or it wouldn't work on. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like he'd be the kind of guy that would sign up for this or whatever. But the three like crazy believability things are, the brother being a really good actor, the end just in general, like just like we started with, like that's kind of crazy that you could pinpoint him jumping off the building. Yeah. And then the one I've thought about a couple of times is the money that it would take. Like, you have to have,
oh my gosh,
this guy, this investment banker who has lots of money. You have to know his bank accounts, know he's good for it. But his brother also, like, his brother pays the bill at the end, is like, hey, you want to go halvesies or whatever? They and they don't tell you how much it is, but your mind is like, I don't know, $500,000, $1 million, I don't know. A lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But you couldn't just pick anybody. You have to pick rich, like, wealthy industrial types to do this, or what would be the point? Like,
right.
Yeah. Also,
well, you wouldn't want to play the game with just anybody, just inflicting that much emotional harm on someone.
Right. It has to be worth it in the end. Whatever price it is, it has to be worth it to that person.
Yeah.
So,
but also they make a point to say early on that it's different for everybody. Every game is different. It's tailored to the person. So maybe other people's games aren't dipshits running around with machine guns,
right,
shooting at you. Maybe it's just something quite different. I was wondering, I can't remember now, how much time passes between when he spends the day in their office taking all their tests and then the night he jumps from the building. It's not the same night, right? It's like the
No.
following one 24 hours later. Is that right?
It's at least 24 hours.
Has to be
Right.
longer because he made it back from Mexico.
Right. He gets on a bus and drives back. And
Oh, right. So, but the reason I ask is like, no matter how much money you have to work with, there's still there's logistics involved in doing the shit they did to him, for him, vandalizing his house and, whatever else, planting cameras and getting people in the places they need to be, getting shit set up, getting everyone in that room at the end, that looks like a giant cafeteria, like all this stuff. I have a hard time remembering what the passage of time was in the film. Cause I don't know this, if it's not clear, I didn't really care for this movie very much. To the point where I'm already kind of forgetting. I just watched it last night and I'm already like, wait, what happened? So I'm just trying to figure out the chronology of it, if it makes any sense at all that they could have even pulled all this shit off in the time frame they're working with. But I forgot he was in Mexico. See, I already forgot he ended up in Mexico. So that you would imagine is a couple days, right?
It's got to be. I'm thinking 72 hours.
Yeah. All right. Definitely. So that's probably enough time for them to, while he's doing that, they're setting everything up.
Right. I mean, it takes the amount of manpower and time and all of it is seems astronomical almost. Like, how could you set up that many scenarios, contingencies, people, just in case he kidnaps the first guy he meets at the end, and he's supposed to kidnap him apparently. So all of those things you have to wonder, like, how could they time it so well? How are they so good at predicting people's behavior?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm not surprised you don't love it, but did you not enjoy? I mean, it is 2.5 hours long.
It's too long. Yeah.
Is that I was gonna say that's probably your
I'd
your
say
main
that,
complaint.
It's really slow. After a while, you're just like, all right. I don't know. I was losing interest. It's so implausible, particularly at the end. Like the last act is just like ludicrous. I mean, come on. The jumping off the building is just sort of the cherry on top of that, ridiculous cake, But
so if it was shorter, maybe you wouldn't believe it, but at least you would waste less time on it.
I guess, or maybe it'd be a little more exciting. Like, it's not very much fun for a movie in this genre. Like, it's okay. I like Michael Douglas. I like Sean Penn. I like David Fincher. This is my least favorite David Fincher movie that I've seen.
Oh, harsh.
Even I'd rather watch Alien 3, I think, than the game, because at least Alien 3 is like entertainingly ludicrous.
Yeah.
I think
that's a Cohen thing. I think, because that goes into it's entertaining to watch how bad it is.
Yeah,
but that's a different thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
It wasn't bad enough.
I don't know. It's just like his other movies, they have things you can really like latch on to enjoy about them, and this was it just felt weirdly bland, I guess, compared to his sort of filmography. I don't know. It didn't feel like a David Fincher movie to me, other than visually.
Yeah.
It has a lot in common with Seven and Zodiac, and that sort of moody noirish thing. And that's great. It looks amazing, but I don't know. It just didn't hook me. I wasn't digging it too much. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was a total waste of time, but I don't know. Did you guys? What do you all think?
Would you recommend this to your friends, Sam?
I don't know if I would recommend it necessarily. It was an okay movie. It has a good message, but it's over the top, and it gets so frustrating because Nicholas makes this same mistakes over and over and over. Like, he set his bank account right on the phone in front of that lady. Why would you do that?
As soon as he said it, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Before the days of fishing, fishing back then meant you actually went and caught a fish.
Yeah, I don't have a thought. I would agree that it's not my favorite Fincher movie, but we were just talking about his whole catalog, and he's got really good movies. Like he's a very talented director, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Very.
I would say, I guess I forgot about Panic Room. I'll probably put this slightly above Panic Room, if for no other reason than I can't stand Jodie Foster. But
right.
It's funny, she was supposed to be in this, actually.
Yeah.
She was supposed to play, I guess, what would be known as Connie. The younger brother was supposed to be a younger sister. And I read something, I forgot why she dropped out.
Well, they changed it, and then she sued.
Oh, they fired her?
Well,
they changed it and got rid of her? I didn't read all of it, I guess. I just saw that she was...
I don't think it was that they fired her. I think that when they rewrote the movie, they decided it would be better to have a brother.
Right. So they were like, sorry, you don't...
So then she was out, even though her production company was part of one of the production companies doing this.
Right.
So she ended up suing, and it became an undisclosed settlement or agreement.
See, I thought I read something that said she dropped out, and then they rewrote it because they wanted... they first approached Jeff Bridges, who said no, and then they got Sean Penn.
No, it was Jodie Foster, then she left, then it was offered to Jeff Bridges, then Sean Penn.
Yeah. And so that's why I wondered if that's how she ended up getting Panic Room.
Right. Oh.
Because,
like contractually.
Well, right. Because if you think about it, if you had a acrimonious separation over your previous movie, why would you cast her as a star in one of your next movies?
Mm-hmm.
But if you actually just said, look, we'll make you the star, we're changing this one, we'll give you a different movie, and that's the agreement. That's just me guessing. I'm throwing out conspiracy theories because that seems like pretty. To do.
Seems more plausible than the movie, anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just
I mean, part of this. So the Panic Room was part of the settlement because if she sued Polygram, right? I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Fincher is separate from the studio, but what was? Let's see. Panic Room was. Can't find it.
2002.
Columbia Pictures. I was. If it's not Polygram. But yeah, they sued for $54 million.
Did she win?
Well, we're speculating. Like, did she? I would assume she's settled, but
undisclosed settlement.
Right.
I mean, it's interesting though because apparently Nicole Kidman was cast in Panic Room, but had to drop out because she got injured.
There goes that theory.
So maybe it was like Fincher being like, oh, you know what? I really wanted to work with Jodie Foster in the game, so now I can.
Or maybe Jodie Foster.
What was that?
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt laughing.
Of course. Duh.
I think that Jodie Foster hired someone to injure Nicole Kidman. This is Olympic style.
They got Jeff Galooly. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Here, take that.
Anyway, so conspiracy theory stands.
The 90s, huh?
Yeah. Oh, someone wrote an article about which one is the worst Fincher film.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
read it quickly. Tell us what it is.
Definitely the bottom two, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean,
some people put 7 as their vote. God, that's
come on.
Come on. Well, the game shows up as 3 of the last 10 votes, but all the rest are different. Benjamin Button.
Oh,
Zodiac,
I forgot about that one. I don't like that one.
Yeah, it's boring.
Zodiac is really good, though. I don't know how you pick.
Yeah, Zodiac's great.
Huh.
Well,
I mean, I can't imagine Jeff Bridges being the brother.
Okay, you guys are going to be disappointed at these results.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah?
The number one worst out of 234 votes on IMDb. Alien 3, number one worst.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the obvious choice.
That's the obvious
choice. Number 2 worst, 7.
No.
Yeah, doesn't
I
no way in
disagree
hell.
with that.
the game, 4 Fight Club, 5 Gone Girl, 6 Panic Room, 7 Zodiac.
What?
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't even make
reject. I reject the premise, or whatever. Huh? 7. All right. That's weird.
I think you could not like 7 if you were expecting a romantic comedy.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Sam, have you seen 7?
No.
All right. It's a psychological thriller.
It is.
That's quite well done. And do you like Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
It's when Brad Pitt was young and cute.
Yeah, he's so ugly now.
Now he's old and cute.
I feel like 7 is what really like took Brad Pitt from like up here to like up there, you know?
Yeah.
He was already a star, but this like 7 really made him an A-lister, I think.
Yeah. It also is right when Morgan Freeman was, one of the funnest people to watch.
Is he's not anymore?
No, well, he's just not doing anything anymore. But he had a string of for about 10 or 15 years where he was just kept showing up in really good, movies.
Yeah.
This was kind of right in the middle of it.
Busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was a $70 million budget and made 100 and something?
Yeah, 109.
109? That's okay. It's not great.
It's fine, yeah. I mean, after marketing and so forth, I mean, they probably made a couple of bucks. I mean, I don't remember. Was this like a big? I mean, clearly it wasn't that big of a hit, but it was kind of a hit. Like, I don't remember people talking about it. I don't really remember the time. Like, I don't know. It just didn't make a huge splash, as I recall.
Yeah, I think they were disappointed by that because this is after 7.
Right. Yeah, I mean, 7 was a big deal in the movie universe. It made a big, everyone was like, "Oh, 7 shit."
It's interesting because he actually had this. He was going to do before 7, but then Brad Pitt was available to do 7, and he wanted him, so he did 7 first.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it was the other way around. If it would have done better.
Well, it said that the success of 7 allowed for the bigger budget for the game. So I was wondering if the game would be even. Sorry. Well, I mean, like on a lower budget, I think the game it wouldn't help, right? I mean, you needed, especially if you're not changing the script and you're going with the psychological trauma, suicide, jump off the building stuff, and all these people working, I mean, there's not tons of stunts and but I mean, it's not a small indie movie, obviously, or the smaller you made it, the less it would work.
I guess so.
Sets, switching places.
I guess here's the thing, and obviously it's 9 years earlier, but I would love to see where the money went, where the 70 million went, because I have to think a lot of it went to the actors. Because Die Hard's budget was 28 million, and they're blowing up buildings and all sorts of crap. They got helicopters, all this stuff. This movie does not. I mean, you jump from a high, from a building, sure, and you drive a cab into, the bay, but it doesn't have. I mean, most of the special effects are, driving a car faster, running away from bullets. It's not. This is not a $50 million worth of special effects movie. That's true.
Yeah, it doesn't look expensive.
Yeah. So that's what.
But if they were shooting on location in San Francisco, it couldn't have been cheap. I would imagine to like shut down.
Everything in San Francisco is cheap.
Yeah, shutting things down for however the hell long they needed to. Although I don't really know. I mean, it looked like San Francisco to me. I don't live
There
there.
were a
So
number of scenes that we could recognize. The spots right at the base of the Bay Bridge when they drove that car into the drink. They were downtown for a number of things at the beginning.
Where is he supposed to live? Is it like Pacific Heights or further down the coast somewhere? Like he goes through his
No,
gates.
that's a real mansion south of the city, but a little while south.
Okay.
I think it's called the Pelosi Mansion. It's a heritage site that they rented, and then they put up a bunch of foam core and spray painted foam core to make it look like it was damaged. But the kitchen was the real kitchen. All that.
Well, yeah. I mean, Die Hard did use. They didn't have to pay anybody for the building. It was their building. It was Fox's building. So, some savings there on their budget.
Yeah, I mean, I just did a quick like Google search about actor salaries for the games, and it says that at the time Michael Douglas was commanding 12 to 15 million a movie. So that's a big chunk, and I'm sure Sean Penn probably made a few million, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not too many other. I mean, at the time, the woman who plays the server, who's like his accomplice, sort of, or whatever you call her, Deborah Kara Unger. She was like pretty popular in the 90s, but I don't think she's done much since. So I just don't know if she commanded millions. Probably not. So you figure maybe 20 million in salaries all together. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people in it. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much actors make who aren't big stars. Probably not that much.
Yeah. I only seen her in Payback, that Mel Gibson movie. That was 99 after this. She was in Crash the year before.
God.
And then in 94, Highlander 3, The Sorcerer.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's got to be great.
That is a good one. That is a pretty good one. Not quite as good as Highlander 2, The Quickening.
Naturally. Well, I mean,
think that Sean Penn had a decent salary.
Yeah.
Because he had already received his Golden Globe nomination for Carlito's Way a few years beforehand.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty well established then, right?
Yeah. He won his Academy Award later, but still.
Yeah, he won for Milk, didn't he?
I think he won for Milk.
I think.
That was good.
Well, anyone else of note in the cast? I mean, there's a couple of character actors you recognize, like the actor who he goes and finds at the aquarium with his kids or whatever. That guy, I feel like, is in tons of stuff. Nobody knows his name, but he always has like a largest supporting role, often pivotal in some capacity. And the guy, the Anson fellow, he has to fire. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff.
Oh yes, yeah.
And the guy who plays his lawyer, even.
Yeah, that guy looks familiar too.
Spike Jonze is the
right.
EMT.
That's right. I saw him and I was like, what?
I forgot.
Yeah. Why is Spike Jonze in this?
Yes. What's he doing in there? Is he the breakaway glass guy or one of the? He's in there somewhere. Oh, he's a doctor, right? He's like, I gotta check you out.
He's the EMT. Yeah.
EMT.
Yeah, he has a line, right? He has one line.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm just looking him up because, I mean, I know he's been in stuff, but I don't think of Spike Jonze as an actor.
No.
But maybe early on.
I mean, he was good in Three Kings.
He was, yeah.
And not like in a Tarantino, no, he was actually good. He was. I don't want to bring up Tarantino because he was not at all good, but as a comparison, I guess you got to be more like Spike Jonze and not Tarantino.
Yeah, I guess he had a tiny role or a small role in Mi Vida Loca that came out in early, like 1993. I don't know if you guys remember that. And then he was in the game. And then, but then 2 years later, he directed Being John Malkovich. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess why not? What the hell?
Yeah. Gotta start somewhere.
Okay, well, since we seem to be looking for something else to talk about, the psychological thing is interesting to me, but also problematic at the same time. I think you have to have it because it has to be about catharsis and some kind of thing happening for the subject. Whatever it is, it can be, the game's different for everyone, so it might not be suicide related for somebody else, but for him and his dad and the whole thing, as Sam was telling us, it very much is about his past and stress and the part when Connie freaks out, he's like, you're always, you're not my dad, and he's like, I didn't have a choice, he was the family dynamics and the stress of the whole thing. But what's weird to me is that he is so cool and collected and businesslike, and everything is sort of smooth sailing when we see him in the beginning of the movie, and even well into the game, he's still holding it down, and then gradually, the wheels are starting to fall off and the consequences get bigger. But I just don't know that, like, again, and not just because it's jumping off a building, which is its own problematic causality thing, but like the idea, if you think about the concept of the game for him, it's that he has to lose everything, be despondent and broken. He has to be completely broken and jump off and just sort of like lose control, right? I feel like a lot of this is about control for him.
Yeah.
He can't research the CRS. He doesn't know how it works. He doesn't know how to get out. He can't, he's smart and in all these other ways, but he can't beat them. But why is that his game other than his dad and that storyline? I mean, or maybe I guess what my better question is, like, if we imagined someone else's game, alternate game, a lot of money but not the same, do you think that would have to be incorporated as well, or do you think they're completely original every time in the psychology of figuring out what makes them tick and then trying to break the subject?
Sam?
Well, I think for other people's games, they would have to find what would make them break and what would make them tick. But in this game, you can see the character's completely devoid of emotion. Like on his birthday, his ex-wife calls him and he's just so flat with her.
Mm.
And so at the end, even before the game was over, you could see him being way nicer to her, being more appreciative. So
Right.
I think it would have to be different.
I think there might be a different way too, because if the goal of the game is to make people reevaluate their life, like whatever that life is, then a lot of times a near-death experience does it, right?
Right.
I mean, you can.
That part makes sense to me.
You can. That is probably like whatever you want, a gambit you could use over and over, just in different ways, and depending on what sort of connections or money or experience you have, it's going to take different things to get you to that to that point. They have to do something that he can't easily spend his way out of. They put him in a serious situation,
right?
And knowing that he's smart and well funded. But you see it. I think you see it with near life, near death experiences, or from people who survive cancer or something like that. It's also a slow motion near death experience, but they may say, "Oh my God, I was working way too hard," or wasn't spending any time with the grandkids, or whatever it is. These things. So I think they're selling that in a kind of more exciting way than what some people naturally get.
Yeah.
That's or you just have to take away whatever matters most to them. Like for him, it was his money, his house, his legacy. So for other people, it could be their family or other things like that.
Yeah, that's true. And did they know he was going to be really tough to break? Because if I was in a cab underwater, I think that would be considered a near-death experience. But it wasn't. It wasn't enough for him, you know.
Yeah.
Like they knew they needed something special for him, and I was curious about that too. Like, how did they know he was going to be a tough case? You know.
Well, they spent all day conducting.
They figured it out. Yeah, that part's totally plausible. Like they could read all of his data, look at his. I mean, especially nowadays, you'd be like, let's check his online history, everything about him, everything he's ever published or anything, any of that stuff. But at the same time, like the beginning, I think the guy is asking for toilet paper in the stall in the bathroom.
Can you spare a square?
And we're can I spare a square? And he doesn't help that guy, and I'm assuming that is another plant and another evaluation of him, right? Like they noted that, and that's part of the psychological profile and all that stuff. But again, I'm going back to this whole suicide thing, or not the suicide, but like that he's actively choosing like this near-death experience, that he is resigned to it. I mean, it does take a hell of a lot, including shooting his own brother. I mean, that's what they just went with. Like, okay, we'll set it all up so he does this. That's got to be enough, you know. You know, movie wise, I think it's enough. I just don't. I'm still like, and maybe it's because I feel like mental health is not something really to play with, and he signs a waiver, sure, but what if he doesn't react the way you want to? And or how would they know? How are they so good at human behavior? Like there should have been more like psychology experts or something involved. I mean, I guess today you would just say it's big data and AI. They just put a big computer on it and they figured out exactly what he'd do, and that's you're like, all right, fine.
Well, that's where the movie falls apart.
You think so?
Yeah, is that you couldn't predict all of these things. You know,
even with huge resources and tons of people, and
not anytime soon. I don't think so.
Well,
yeah. I mean, maybe with the lady Christine, like helping sort of guide, and then sending in Sean Penn to help. I don't know. I guess playing devil's advocate, because clearly I don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of guiding to get him to certain places.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, but, and I mean the biggest failure though is again, like Sam said in the beginning, his reaction after it all. I mean, yeah, I'm sure after several months or maybe weeks, if we're being generous, of sort of reflection and therapy, maybe he comes out the other end like a better person. I'm sure he's going to end up being a better person, but how about the fucking rage that all these people just cause you to commit suicide?
No, it's a surprise birthday party. Like, you all got me. Good one. Good one.
I mean, there's no anger there.
Sorry about the hole in the ceiling.
Like not maybe like maybe no mentioning that perhaps it's they kind of over course corrected a little bit. I think I would be mad.
Yeah. Sam, what did you say? And then pay for it too?
Yeah, making him pay for it.
You bet that was a shot.
Here's your bill.
I mean, it was impressive how hard he tried, though. I would have given up way earlier.
Yes. That's what I was thinking too. Like,
yeah.
Wow, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it couldn't happen in the future because somehow he crossed the border without a passport.
Yeah.
Now that's totally implausible.
Right. He got in a bus and he's back.
Yeah.
Cohen, you warned me not to, but I watched that silly Running Man. Amy watched it, and I was like, okay, oh, fine. And I won't go into the whole thing, but they used the deep fake AI thing so much, as a concept. I was like, I mean, come on. And they leaned on it really heavily, and I was thinking about that too. Like, these days we would just screw with people, but people today would be harder to screw with, I think, as well, because we already know,
there's
we can't trust videos anymore.
There. Yeah,
right. Or it's it can do a very believable fake of just about anything, and
sure.
So it'd take more to convince someone these days of. I mean, again, if it's just video, that's different than going to your house, breaking into your house, messing with stuff, all that stuff.
There's also so many resources these days. Like, you could just walk up to any person on the street and ask to borrow their phone.
Right.
He was so isolated.
Yeah, cell phones ruin movies. Like they're this. I mean, they're the solution to so many problems that people had in movies before, like 2000, when cell phones started to become more ubiquitous. And it's it's a something, I guess, as a storyteller, they have to sort of get around. Yeah, I mean, it would just kind of ruin this, but I don't know, maybe not. I guess. I mean, just because you have a cell phone, like, who does he call? Everyone's in on it. I guess you can call the police, but I'm sure there's, ways around that. I mean, he has a cell phone in this.
He does have a cell phone. I agree, though. I think with the better the coverage gets, the less plausible it is that someone's going to be completely isolated in a desert somewhere without any way of getting in touch with people. It's just less and less likely. More.
Which means it's more and more likely they'll be setting movies in the 90s.
Ah. So you're saying these older movies are more interesting for that reason?
I'm saying that as they go forward, they'll be like, well, let's set this movie in 1994.
Oh.
Because we don't have to worry about any of these things. Because if you saw Caught Stealing, a lot of what happens in there wouldn't work the same way now either. You're like, it has to be set back then.
Yeah. I looked up the Rotten Tomatoes score of the game earlier, and it's like 77 critics, 84 audience, which I was a little surprised by. But one of the negative reviews of the critics was like, he basically, I'm paraphrasing, but he just said, as an audience member, if you can figure out any number of solutions to your protagonist's, problems every 5 minutes, then that's a problem. And he said, and in fact, in this, it was more like every 2 minutes. I mean, he's right. It's like some movies you see and you're like, this is so smart. You're like, this person is faced with this thing and their reaction is smart, or the setup is smart, or something smart. And you're just like, God damn, this is so clever. And the game is not that. I don't think. Like, I never once thought, oh, that's really smart.
I don't disagree, but I will push back in that the dialogue of his job and the way his daily life was not phoned in. I think, like, the believability of his demeanor in these meetings and how he handled his life was well written, sort of. I mean,
sure. I don't
really
disagree with
the
that.
same thing you are. You're saying once the game starts, then it's like blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it just didn't. It didn't. Nothing about it was like, I never thought, wow, that's smart or that's clever. It just, it just kind of like goes along, and the things he does, his reactions, the way he sort of reacts to the stimulus around him, sometimes, I don't know, it doesn't make, like, why? It just doesn't make a ton of sense.
Yeah,
I feel like you could just, every scene you could be like, well, why didn't he do this, or this, and then why didn't he do this, and this, and why didn't they do this, and this to just be a bit more plausible,
right?
Just to sort of shore up the gaps in logic.
Right. I think the gimmick is a little bit flawed, or it only goes so far because, you can't. I was thinking about, like, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, because you only have to write. They're like, well, then let's remember the key, and then oh, look, a key. Here's a key.
Right.
that's
And then he's
Bill
like, well,
and
we
Ted.
got to remember to go put the key back. He goes, no, we don't. We got it.
Yeah, right. We must have remembered.
They just created a time travel paradox.
Right. But it's Bill and Ted, so they don't care. But like, yeah, in a serious movie, you're like, well, I don't know. But that seems to be the logic of the writing. Like, well, whatever the CRS people do, they're always one step ahead, and that is the gimmick. You know, that they know what's going on before he does, and they're messing with him the whole time, and they're in control, more or less, the whole time. There are other movies like this, and I can't remember. There was one I wanted to bring up, and I can't even remember what it is now. Can you guys think of anything that's similar to this? And not just a psychological thriller, but like an elaborate ruse. I mean, I think your April Fool's Day was a good reference point, but it's hard to make a movie like this built on one foundation. Like the whole thing is pulling the rug out from under you at the end. I mean, of course, M. Night Shyamalan got way too into that, but I don't think his movies are constructed that well anyway. I mean, I'm not
usually.
I'm not a big M. Night guy, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah, Sixth Sense was. And
Sixth Sense was. Yeah.
But then he kept doing that same thing.
He kept doing it. It just got sillier and sillier.
And I don't think, like you were saying, I don't think it was always clever. I mean, the way the setups he had were not. They didn't make very much sense to me most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would aliens be allergic to water and, stuff like that?
Right. And go to a planet that's like 85% water.
All water.
They're not too smart. Apparently.
Scary though.
I mean, they don't wear clothes. Gross.
All right. Well, Sam picked this movie not having seen it, so there is zero blame to go around. If we don't all like it, that's fine. Cohen clearly doesn't appreciate it very much. I think I liked it more in the 90s just because it seemed new at the time. And looking at it now, I think I'm like, yeah. Even aside from the probability stuff and the things we pointed out, I think it's just like you said, it's not enough to say, oh wow, what a great thrill ride that was. I mean, it's good. I still find it enjoyable. I don't think it needs to be 2.5 hours long, but I don't mind watching it. It's not. I'd rather watch this than Alien 3. I'm sorry, that's the way I am. But
malarkey.
Yeah, I agree. I think that maybe some of the flaws of the movie could have been addressed. Some of the flaws that Cohen just mentioned could be addressed if they would have taken him out of his home city. Like if this would have happened while you're abroad in a country where you don't speak the language, you'd, I think, have a lot more control of how to, get him to go the direction you want or end up in places that you want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a fun premise, but it's not a movie you can watch over and over because of that premise.
Right.
I think comparing it to an M. Night movie is fair. I think he would have been happy doing something like this.
Yeah.
Do any of you imagine a world where you ever watch this movie again?
Yeah, I might get hit by a brick, totally forget every movie I've ever seen, and just start watching movies again.
Okay.
Yeah, we have trouble remembering movies we have seen.
Beyond that extremely plausible scenario,
I could be hit by a car and forget every movie I've ever seen, and then could watch this movie again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I can think of at least two scenarios in which I watch this movie again. I might think of a third too. I could take a bunch of drugs and forget everything I've ever watched, and then watch this movie again. Yeah, the more I think about it, the higher the likelihood is I'm going to watch this movie again.
It seems so.
Possibilities here.
You gotta look out for all these terrible things that are going to happen to you.
Yeah.
All right. Is the game over?
Yeah. What are we watching next?
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
We're not.
She got a music's fine. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't. Who did the music?
I don't know.
Me either. I don't. I don't recall there. I don't. It's weird. I don't recall. I guess it was just like a score, right? There was no real songs in it, was there?
Yeah, there was a kind of a mystery, like something sinister, mysterious is about to happen. Theme that they kept doing over and over. That sometimes it actually, from a music standpoint, it seemed like they were using that that little melody inappropriately, like too often. Like they were using the music to set the tone for things that didn't match the tone.
Yeah.
So the music left no impression on me at all. Like I can't hear it. I can't think of it. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know.
Maybe you got hit in the head by a brick.
I probably did. I wouldn't remember, would I?
Yeah.
Apparently.
It's the new thing. Everyone's doing it. They're paying top dollar for that.
It's like Total Recall, kind of.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right. So
what are we doing next? I am going to rewind a bit.
1984?
No, back a bit more.
70s?
Nope.
81.
Just earlier in the
80s.
81.
No.
What? 82?
1980. 1980.
All right.
How do I? So this is like this. I would call this a classic Coen pick.
So it has kids in it?
No. Okay, never mind. It's the second tier classic Coen pick. So not so classic. It's just like yeah, of course he picked that kind of thing. I'm trying to think of it. It's sci-fi.
Okay.
And it's it's pretty hokey sci-fi.
Hokey sci-fi 1980.
By most metrics, by most opinions, I would say.
Boy.
I don't know how to.
Is it a space sci-fi?
Yeah, it's a space opera.
1980 space.
I use opera loosely. It's just like.
Isn't that what Lucas said about Star Wars?
Yeah, and this directly inspired Star Wars. Not this movie, but what the source material for the movie is one of the things that inspired Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
The source material. What? Uh-oh.
Source material for this movie inspired Star Wars and Indiana.
This is going to be one of those things that we're going to flail around until you give us a better.
No, that's a really good clue. I feel like I should.
I'm saying it's on us, so we should get this
right.
All right. Well, it's based on an old cereal.
I was going to say like a Buck Rogers sort of thing.
Pretty close.
What's the other one? Lost in Space.
The lead actor has a small role in the movie Ted, playing himself. And
Flash Gordon.
Yeah. And they love this movie.
Yeah, I knew I should have got that earlier. Yes.
I didn't realize Flash Gordon was 1980.
Is that earlier or later than you thought?
It's later.
Oh.
That's definitely a Coen pick.
It is. It definitely looks like a 70s movie. It has that like Barbarella look a little bit.
And wasn't it on one of those tapes that your uncle had that you watched over?
I've seen it many, many times.
Yeah. You've mentioned it many times. I don't know if I've ever seen it start to finish.
Really? Well, I've seen you in for a treat.
Yeah.
I think I remember a bunch of claymation animals, monsters.
Max von Sydow was the...
No?
I don't think so.
No animation?
Not in this.
Like
maybe.
Oh, okay, I'm thinking of something else. All right, good.
It's very goofy, but it's...
I don't remember it. Other than it exists.
Interesting pick. Where can we watch it?
Oh, good question. I don't know. I forgot to look it up. Hold on. The interns are on it.
We can actually
not just me.
Go to Cohen's house and watch it.
Head over to New Jersey.
I don't have any VHS tapes anymore.
Oh no!
I got rid of them quite some time ago. Oh no!
Looks like it's rental.
while you guys are looking this up, I just want to thank Sam for coming on again.
Yeah, I guess we will.
Thanks for having
With
me.
no memory of the previous one.
And picking the movie. Thank you for picking the movie.
Also hit by a brick.
A lot of bricks getting flung around in your world. That's weird.
Yeah, you got to be careful around here. You forget things.
I don't think it's available other than
rental,
unless I might have it. I'll have to hang on. I'll tell you in 2 seconds if I have it.
It's the full.
Do have it.
You do have it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't have to pay $3.99 to Jeff Bezos or whatever.
You can
just go to his house.
You can save $4.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
It looks like it's on Internet Archive too.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the whole thing. All 1 hour and 51 minutes and 29 seconds.
Is it that long?
What?
Well, there's some opening credits that take longer than expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been our best review so far.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Indubitably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely our best one with my niece on it.
Yep. Totally.
This far surpasses expectations. And she's got like 3 followers for her social media stuff. So
yeah?
once she posts this, we're gonna quadruple our listeners.
Say it. 2, 3. Wait a second. I'll work on the math and get back to you.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough movie buff. I'm out.
All right. Well,
Cool.
Say bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Join us next time for
Flash Gordon.
It's FM with 3 brains.
Well, that was stellar.